Hey Basement Collective, today we are doing our second X-Wing battle report from the local tournament that happened a few weeks ago. It's Irvin here and I'm joined with John and we're going to break it down for you. Just a word of advice, I am new at X-Wing, so John is far more knowledgeable than me, so I'll be asking questions and he'll be commentating, and anything I can think of I'll throw in, but I hope you enjoy. So like I said, this is the second match of the tournament and we have Shereef on the left and Ben on the right. So what was Shereef playing, John?
Shereef had run Lieutenant Colzet, who's moving right now. He brought an accuracy corrector with him, and he also gave him Proton rockets. He had a couple extra points left. He then brought Echo, not Whisper. Echo has Recon Specialist, Veteran Instincts, Advanced Cloaking Device, and Fire Control System. And then to round it off, he has Soontir Fell with a targeting computer.
Awesome. And Ben, he's running Imperial as well. What is he running?
Ben's got Rear Admiral Chiraneau here. He brought Predator, Engine Upgrade, Emperor Palpatine, and Ysanne. And he has a Soontir Fell with a stealth device, in addition to all the normal jazz he brings. So we're gonna have Johnny Green Dice there on the bottom.
And yeah, so we're just getting into turn one movement. We started off with deployment on the board already, so we're moving up. Looks like Ben's going straight forward there into where he's surrounded by a bunch of asteroids, and Shereef's just maneuvering there.
Yeah, so that's one of the big things about when you put a engine upgrade on a Decimator. It's incredible how fast of a ship that becomes. As you can see, there's going to be combat already on round one. He's got Soontir Fell coming in here as well. It looks like, and Shereef, who gave the initiative, is going to be moving his Soontir Fell too. It looks like everyone's going to be shooting on the first round of combat here. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think Rear Admiral Chiraneau, he's pretty maneuverable, and he could have probably taken advantage of the this big clump of debris here in the middle and asteroids, rather than going right through in the middle. I think he could have probably played it a little better on the outside.
Oh, okay.
He might take some damage this turn, but he might have some defense dice actually as well. So we'll have to see what happens.
There you go. He's boosting.
Yeah, and so just like I said, it looks like every person in this game is going to have some shots.
That rarely happens, but yeah, it'll be interesting. So I mean, what's that basically saying? This game's going to be pretty quick because there's not much. Everybody's just straightforward. Let's get shooting and.
Well, it's interesting. You can never really tell with a Decimator because they take pretty consistent damage with no defense dice. Mm-hmm. But it looks like he's going to have some defense dice here, especially that Soontir Fell. He's going to have 2 defense dice against him. Mm-hmm. If Echo does get to shoot, he's going to have 2 defense dice against him. So we're going to have to see what happens. The Decimator could actually end up losing a lot of hull here on the first turn.
And there we go, measuring ranges.
Yeah. So we got first things off. I think Shereef Soontir is going to be shooting. He's obviously going to shoot at Rear Admiral Chiraneau. Unless I'm mistaken, and Ben has the first. I thought Shereef had initiative. No, Ben has initiative.
Yeah, you said Shereef gave up initiative.
Yeah, okay.
And that was 3 hits.
Yeah, so I don't think he took any damage there.
No, he did lose a shield.
Soontir Fell?
Yeah.
He doesn't have shields.
Oh, my apologies.
He's good. He is good. So now Shereef's going to be shooting with his Soontir Fell. And keep in mind, Soontir has a targeting computer here. He didn't use it this turn, but that means he's going to have some seriously accurate shots later on. I'm actually a big fan of targeting computer on Soontir.
Hitting the crit and using his...
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it wasn't through the debris, but looks like we got one blocked, so that's 1 damage being taken for the Decimator so far. That's not bad. You don't generally expect the Decimator to have any damage reduction at all. Just go off of your massive reserves of health. But with good dice rolling, he might actually not get punished that much here. So that was Soontir. I think next to shoot is going to be Rear Admiral Chiraneau himself. And the really interesting thing about him is between Predator, between Rear Admiral Chiraneau's pilot ability, and between Emperor Palpatine, you're pretty much going to see 3 hits every single time he rolls on this guy.
Yeah, there we go.
Incredibly accurate gun here. And crits to boot. But Soontir Fell. With Autothrusters, he's just fine. So, next up to shoot will be Echo. Oh, unless he already shot, or he's not shooting. Oh, you know what? He's not shooting because he has the cloak. I apologize for that. That's pretty obvious that was happening. So, Colzet shooting gets... with the accuracy corrector, he's almost certainly... And we missed it. So, I guess he didn't... Yeah. Well, on to round 2.
There you go, decloaking.
Echo decloaking over this way, and this is kind of the thing that Shereef is a really big fan of Echo over Whisper for this exact reason, is the options that you get when you get to decloak. Whisper would have not been able to change his trajectory here, but as you can see, Echo's going to have the opportunity to just maybe even do a hard turn here and a barrel roll, and Whisper wouldn't have had that liberty. So we got Colzet coming up,
Hopefully
too forward.
to block.
It looks like that's exactly what he's doing.
Trying to do, bump him so he can bump and not have to take actions.
Yeah, but it's dangerous to cage a beast like Rear Admiral Chiraneau unless he can get him on this asteroid here, because a range 1 shot against Soontir with Rear Admiral Chiraneau's accuracy, that's going to really hurt. So this is kind of a bold move on Shereef's part. So we're going over, and this was so incredibly well. You know what? That's what we thought too, but.
Oh, wow.
This is actually so close that they
No, that's not a bump. You can look at it. Like, the way I can see it on the camera, it doesn't look like a bump. You got called over? John was the TO for this one again, guys, so he wasn't playing, so he was making all the calls. So most likely it was calling the TO over and seeing what happens here. But from the way I'm looking at the camera, it looks like it's a good, but that just could be because camera angle.
No, you're right. It was so close. This is exactly where Vassal ends up being really nice. That online version of X-Wing, because you can just do the move, and if it doesn't work, you can go back. But
if it is good though, that one ship's really in trouble because it'll be range 1, right? So
yes.
So I see what you're doing here, and it does look like it was good. So
yeah, so I'm checking right now just to make sure that it does line up and the base could conceivably fit. The big question is whether the nubs make it fit, right? Those guiding pegs. So. And I was really not happy about having to make a big call like this, such a game-changing decision for a game here, because it looked like Rear Admiral Chiraneau, if he's going to bump here, he's going to end up on that asteroid.
Yeah,
and that's a huge deal because you don't get to shoot when you're on an asteroid
unless you're running dash.
Unless you're running dash, that's right. You're a big fan of him. But yeah, so it was really a question of whether those nubs. Those guiding pegs were going to interfere with the placement here. And as you can see, Shereef's going to have all of his guns pointed in that direction if he does.
Yeah.
Like, really, very much so, this was game-changing. And because it was game-changing, it took a long time to make the right decision.
Oh, yeah, you want to make the proper decision here, so...
Yeah. So I end up marking it. Moving it out of the way.
So let's see what happens.
But yeah, with a 4 forward, it actually turns out that he makes it over. Pretty clearly, he made it over. And
so
Shereef's obviously not happy about that, but he's a pretty good sport, so
yeah, I mean,
not too much damage was done.
Yeah, so Ben's in a really good place right now.
Yeah, that was really fortunate that Ben actually has a reputation for kind of getting through on the skin of his teeth with these kind of things. He's either incredibly accurate or incredibly lucky. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, well, I don't know which one would be better at.
Yeah. So now, obviously, we got Echo moving next. Echo's going to be moving next. And what do we see? I imagine he's going to do a 2 hard, maybe a 1. Okay, it's a 1 hard.
Yeah, so he'll still be able to shoot at the Decimator, so it's not bad.
So yeah, Echo's got a pretty powerful gun to bear.
Yeah, it's a 5 dice run, right?
It's going to be 4 dice. It's 5 if you're in range 1.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it really, really hurts at range 1.
Yeah, Kevin, first few games I played, Kevin brought one of those, and I'm like, you have a ship with 4 dice? I don't understand.
Well, it's actually pretty rare. It's the only ship in the game right now to have 4 dice, but Wave 8 coming out, the Ghost is also going to have a 4 dice.
Ghost is a Rebel? Or?
That's the Rebel big ship from
it's a big one.
The show Rebels, yeah.
There you go, he's barrel rolling over here.
Yeah, he's barrel rolling. He really wants to either get in the way and block Soontir, deny him actions, or he wants to get behind Soontir.
Yeah,
and
range 1. So that's a good position, because otherwise he's going to block or he's going to be in front of him. So.
Yeah. So Soontir doing a 2 forward here, and he's going to land right in front of the Echo.
Exactly where you wanted it to be.
And that looks really good right now, but you know what? Soontir's just going to be able to barrel roll and get out of here.
Oh.
That is Soontir, so. And I bet you $10,000 that's what Ben does here. Yep. he's
that'll
clears
put
it
him out of
completely.
range.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Soontir actually gets to shoot at anything. So although Echo didn't really get what he was hoping for, he still accomplished denying Soontir a shot on Colzet maybe, or even on Echo himself. So it was still good play on Shereef's part. So we got this Decimator here with one shield left, and he's still going to be taking fire from Echo. He's still going to get shot at from possibly Soontir, who hasn't moved yet. We'll have to see what he does. The Decimator, it has a lot of health, but it can on occasion run out really quickly, so you got to kind of be careful with your placement of it, and how you're avoiding arcs with him, especially with that engine upgrade. So I don't know. It's kind of hard for us to see whether he has arc right now. Obviously, pretty big deal if he does.
Yeah, be range 1 arc too.
Yeah, range 1 arc, and it's not bad because he's outside of Rear Admiral Chiraneau's arc, so despite being in range 1, he's still going to get that Autothruster.
Can you legally measure arc in this game, or only when you go shoot?
The thing is, you're actually not allowed to do any pre-measuring at all until you're the one shooting. So he actually would not be allowed to check for arc right now. He can eyeball it all he wants.
Yeah, he's eyeballing his arc because he did do a target lock there.
Yeah.
So
I think that's good. That Shereef is pretty confident he's going to have a shot here. And that's the thing about the target lock Soontir, guys. You can do a boost and a target lock and get that focus anyways. So it's triple action economy, and it's a much more offensive choice. Shereef obviously has a pretty independent Soontir here. He doesn't have any interactions from a Palpatine or from a Hal Runner or anything. So being an independent Soontir, you can kind of take more advantage of your arc dodging ability, and you have less need for defense in that regard. So.
A nice roll.
The target lock's nice.
Here you go, three hits and a crit.
And he didn't even have to use his focus, I don't believe.
No, he didn't.
So that's exactly what he was hoping for.
There you go. And the crit, I'm sorry, we can't really exactly see what it is.
I asked them to put it up to the camera, so maybe they will. Hopefully they will.
Yeah, this was the first time we tried this format. Next tournament, we're going to try a few things differently. Yeah. So he does put it there. And
so damage sensor array, that means he's not going to get any actions until he uses his action to flip that down.
There you go.
So no boost. That's actually a pretty big deal. And so the really big thing to know now is, because he's taking damage on Rear Admiral Chiraneau, he's going to have Ysanne Isard procs now. So it's going to be 1 less damage every time he gets shot at. From this going forward here. And I think he was hoping for a better roll here. He's going to use Predator. Nothing. He's still got... I think he's thinking about using Palpatine. So 3 crits. This could be deadly, but...
Wow, that was a good roll.
Yeah. Shereef was... he had tokens too, so even if he didn't get a perfect roll like that, he would have probably not had to suffer too much. All he needed was a focus and a evade. And he would have been able to block that all.
A hit and a crit there.
Yeah. Actually, he just needed 1 focus. Yeah. He has an evade token as well, so it was pretty good chances he wasn't taking damage off of the 3 dyer there. So what did Echo get? More damage. And see, this is what I'm talking about. The Decimator, it has 16 hull. That's incredible. It's intimidating, but after a couple turns of shooting, it really does start to... And I didn't catch what that
damage
was.
Damage.
Damage. Oh, so again, no actions. He's using the... Are you sure it was damage to raise?
Maybe not. I could not quite read that.
Yeah, it was a little blurry, unfortunately. That's okay, though. Point is, he has several crits, and they're probably pretty...
There's another crit.
Direct hit. Well,
it counts as 2.
Yeah, it counts as 2 damage.
Yeah, so I mean, taking a big ship like this, it's basically like an all eggs in one basket thing, right?
All eggs in one basket.
So if the other player focuses on that ship and kills it on early in the game, it's basically game over if you don't do much damage towards him.
Yeah, so you got to be really careful when you're playing these 2-ship lists. That's kind of why engine upgrade is so popular, because it really lets you... It's kind of the best choice in terms of not taking damage, because it takes you right out of those.
Engine upgrade gives you a boost, right?
It gives you the boost action. That's right. But you know what? Because he took that damage sensor array crit, he's not going to have access to that incredibly important modification for these. So
he'll be getting shots.
This is bad, yeah.
And the Shereef did a K-turn there.
Yeah, and because he's lost 4 hull now, Shereef is officially scoring half points for that ship. So Shereef is currently winning.
And all Shereef took like a damage or a shield on two on each one of the ship.
He's taken 1 shield on Colzet, I believe. Oh no, 1 shield on Echo. And a shield on Colzet. Okay. Nope, Colzet still. I don't know. I can't. We'll get back to you on that. So he's doing a 1 soft, and he's gonna have to use his action to try and flip down one of those crits he has. Oh, unless somehow he's. I don't know. He must have forgotten about his crit.
Yeah.
Because we very clearly saw a damage sensor array there. Oh well. Shereef missed it. So Echo didn't get to shoot last turn. So he didn't get to cloak, which means he doesn't get to decloak now. And the Phantom really starts to feel really slow when you don't have your decloak.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like he's gonna. Oh, he's trying to stay in arc. I think Soontir's too elusive for him though. Shereef's in a good spot though. I mean, all this damage he's done to the Decimator, this is exactly what you want to see from Shereef's part.
Yeah.
He kind of cornered him, and that's what I'm talking about. Like all these asteroids in the middle, the Decimator probably shouldn't have flown right through all the asteroids. Rather, he should have tried to use them to his advantage. So Soontir's going 4 forward, and that's the fastest that an interceptor can go while still being green. And he's definitely out of the Echo's arc.
Yeah.
All he has to do is 1 boost. And he's golden. Yeah. So, the question is, what is Shereef Soontir up to? I bet it's going to do a 2 hard to the right, obviously, which is a green. And I bet he's going to be able to shoot at Soontir here. So that's really good. That's what you want to see. Colzet's out of the action this turn, which is too bad. He's got a nice accurate gun, and on top of that, Colzet has one of the more interesting abilities in the game. What it is you spend a target lock you have to flip one of their damage cards face up.
That's cool.
And what ends up happening is, it's at random, but what ends up happening is you get a lot of really good utility out of that. Like, we saw that damage sensor array, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that's the only card you have, or if you keep getting it, you can continue to deny them actions for the rest of the game, really.
That's really good.
And he doesn't really suffer his offense that much because accuracy corrector is giving you those 2 hits anyways. So it's actually a really nice little 23-point ship. I think Shereef's is 26 though, because he brought Proton rockets.
I really need to get one of these laser rangefinders.
Yeah, everyone should have one. It's a huge, just such a nice tool to have. It's pretty indisputable that was an arc, right? You know. So, Shereef Soontir, with that target lock, and look at that, right? He takes an evade and a target lock, and he gets the focus anyways. And that's just great. So he's going to be pretty much guaranteed to not die from Rear Admiral Chiraneau. And on top of that, he's got a nice accurate shot on top of Soontir. The targeting computer is just beautiful. Not that stealth device is bad by any means. That's definitely an incredible choice on Soontir, but consider the target lock too, guys. It's pretty good. So here we go. So he's got to choose whether he's going to try to re-roll that with his target lock here, or whether he's going to... Okay, he's taking the focus.
And
yeah.
2 evades and 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 evades.
Yeah, so he's fine. Johnny Green days. What I think might have been a better choice on Shereef's part here is to go focus and target lock and get a second focus. I think that mathematically, with Autothrusters, focus is actually a little better when you got 4 dice.
Oh, and that is an evade and
no, but he's yeah.
Yep.
He's no. Yeah, see, with the focus, he would have actually been okay there.
Yeah.
But it's just 1 damage. So it's not the end of the world. And obviously, I should mention too, targeting computer doesn't get discarded when you take your first damage. So unlike stealth device, so there's a little bit of an advantage there as well.
Attempt to target lock right there. And it was good enough, so he did target lock.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on right now.
He just attempted to target lock. He wanted to make sure he was...
I must have cut it too early, guys. Sorry.
No, the video was there. It was in the video.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I'll just pretend that I saw what you saw. Oh, you know what it was? Colzet moved forward and tried to target lock.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
It was in the video.
Okay. All right, I must have.
So, what was the point? So, was that targeting lock a good decision to do that, or was he just seeing if he was in range? He was hoping he was out of range, and just to see how exactly far he was doing.
Well, see, they changed it recently. What it was before is you could target lock and check range and not commit to it. But now, if you target lock and you're in range, you have to commit to that action. So, I think that's Shereef saying, I know I'm not going to have a shot this turn. I'm going to take my target lock so I don't have to worry about that later. I can evade later.
I think they're just remembering that he had a damage sensor. No, it isn't. See, he did another boost again, which he shouldn't have. He keeps doing these boosts. So
yeah, Shereef's got to be on top of that. Like,
you know, Shereef should be on top of it. But I mean, I played a game where I forgot a bunch of crits. There you go. We're remembering it right now, right? So we're probably going to take that boost back.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And now, I'm going to have to check, but I think damage sensor array prevents Ysanne from proccing as well. Because it's a free action. So, this is actually a huge deal to have this damage sensor array on. That was a really nice crit to get. I think it was...
he didn't move the ship back, though. He boosted, but didn't move the ship back.
I don't know. He's... I don't know.
They remembered it, but didn't put the ship back. He just didn't get his extra action, but... Wow.
Yeah, so what is the Decimator has 12. He's got.
Oh, there you go.
12.
We're moving it back.
Okay. Yeah. We know.
Shereef, good.
Okay, so no boost, no Ysanne.
So he should use his action to get rid of that.
Yeah. So and he can actually Palpatine this if he really feels the need to. Which is exactly what he's... Yeah. And so that's the power of Palpatine, you guys. It's
Palpatine is... What's Palpatine again?
Palpatine is a 8-point crew card that lets you once per turn re-roll or change any of your dice to any result you want.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got to be your die, though.
Yeah.
So it can't be an opponent's die. And the utility it gives you is immense, right? Like, obviously, you can use it for attack and defense. You can also use it to make sure you can go over an obstacle safely.
Exactly.
As you can see, Ben just did. He used it to guarantee a pass on a crit test. But still, that damage sensor array, it prevented him from doing a boost. It prevented him from doing an evade. And Rack's kind of a sitting duck right now.
So now Ben's not going to have any shots this turn, it looks like, right?
Well, we're going to have to wait to see what he does with his with Soontir. But yeah, he looks like he's avoided a lot of damage for the most part. Shereef really should have cloaked with Echo this turn, but he didn't. He took a double focus, and he's going to have to deal with no decloak. That's what really makes the Phantom so maneuverable is that decloak.
Yeah, so now Ben's Soontir is over there, and so he's not getting any shots this turn, and Shereef is going to be following him.
Yeah.
So Shereef's in a good spot right now to be following him, and...
Exactly, and that's what you kind of want to do against an opposing Soontir, is be behind him, obviously. But this Rear Admiral Chiraneau with 5... How much hull does he have? 7 hull left.
Yeah,
he's going to have to...
Ben just shuffled his damage cards because...
Yeah, because he wanted to randomize it.
Yeah.
Calls it, yeah. So really, Shereef, I'm sure his goal right now, and because this is what I'd do, is try to finish off that Rear Admiral Chiraneau. Because if he takes him out, it's just Soontir left. And Soontir is actually quite easy to deal with, especially considering that Shereef's Soontir is the one that had passed initiative, so he'll be moving after that Soontir. So it's actually going to be really... Soontir's going to have a really big advantage for Shereef if they get into a one-on-one.
There's 2 crits.
Yeah.
Rolling.
But you know what? I don't think we have to worry about much here because Soontir fell is going to have 4 green dice and 5 green dice. Sorry.
And yeah, there you go. So
yeah, he's fine. He can spend a evade and he's golden. And that's all the shooting. Maybe Rack is going to shoot at Shereef's Soontir, but his Soontir should be all right as well. So he's going to have a Predator reroll. Oh. And... I don't know. I don't know what
I think that was a focus he hit.
I think because he bumped it, he said, I'll just make that a blank out of sportsmanship. But no damage.
No range there. Oh, there was range. No, there wasn't. Okay, back to dials.
Yeah. for the... Oh, so Colzet's actually still spending the target lock anyways. One thing that people might not catch is that Colzet doesn't have to be within range 3 to spend his target lock.
Oh, he doesn't?
Right? No, he doesn't. So,
that's cool.
Regardless of whether he had a shot, he can still flip one of those crits face up. And so, what did he get?
That glare.
Yeah, no chance of us seeing that until they put it up to the... Okay, so I think it might have been a minor explosion. So nothing. Because he rolled a crit, and you need to get a hit for that.
Well, he just added
Oh, did he?
damage.
So if it's a hit or... Oh, you know what? Minor explosion's hit or a crit.
Oh, okay.
So you just take another damage card is all that means.
Well, so that worked out well. I mean, damage array probably would have been better.
Right? And that's kind of what makes Colzet so nice is he can just do that again next turn.
Yeah.
If he really...
And there's really no crit that's like a player's like, yes, I'm happy I got this crit. I mean, there's some that are worse, that are better than others, but a crit's a crit, right? So
yeah, I've actually played Colzet before where who was it? An opposing player's dash. The only crit that he had was blinded pilot, and Colzet was actually able to prevent dash from shooting for the rest of the game.
Wow.
Yeah, until I finished off his core and horn.
Yeah, that would stink.
Right, Colzet is just a pretty incredible pilot. So I believe he has the liberty to boost now, and that's what I do. Get farther away. Okay, so he's going forward. So he's leaving his options open here. Next turn he can do a 2 hard to the left, or maybe a 1 soft to the right, and I think either one is going to result in him not avoiding that obstacle. So this is good setup on Ben's part. This is what you see good pilots do, is they look at their options and turns ahead, and he's given himself an option to go left or right here. So we've got Echo coming in, and it looks like he's going to rec spec for the shots. He's going to be able to decloak, or to cloak after his shot anyways. And now it's Ben's Soontir. So, is that a 2 soft, 2 hard? I can't see.
I think it's a soft. Oh no, it's a hard.
Yeah. So he's moving in, he wants to get some shots. That's not a bad choice. This might result in Shereef's Soontir getting some range 1 shots off this turn. I imagine Shereef's Soontir did a 2 soft to the right. Okay, he's backing off. And so now he can just focus evade if he wants and hope for the best. I find myself hoping for the best when I play Soontir more often than I should. But depending on what Shereef Soontir does, he might actually still be able to get pretty damn close at least. He might be able to get range 1 through a boost and a barrel roll. Also, he did a 2 hard. Yeah, he's going to be able to get into range 1 here.
Yeah, with the boost.
Yeah, he can do a barrel roll too. The barrel roll might actually be able to do it on its own. Which means that he can target lock and then get the focus anyways.
Yeah, so it'll be 5 dice in it.
4 dice.
Oh, 4 dice.
Yeah, you're getting it mixed up with Echo. Echo is a special snowflake with that 4 die primary. I'm not sure why Soontir has a evade action there. Evade token. That might have been a mistake on Shereef's part. I think that's just a mistake. I think Shereef accidentally put an evade token down. Alright, so
a shield and damage.
Yeah, so this is Ben's Soontir shooting at Colzet. So he takes a shield and a damage off.
Oh, a damage
2
and a
damage.
crit.
So what was it? Console. Okay. Yeah, thrust control fire. Okay. So that means you receive a stress and then flip it face down.
Okay.
Which is not the end of the world.
No.
That's not a particularly big crit here. But I think this means that Rear Admiral Chiraneau might have the opportunity to finish off Colzet. So this is Shereef's Soontir shooting at Ben's Soontir. And so he's going to be taking some damage. Oh, nope. Sorry, he's got the evade token as well. Oh, he had no focus because he used it for shooting. Well, that's too bad. So he loses his stealth device. And he's taken, he's down to 2 hull. So this is starting to really look like Shereef's game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If he can finish off Colzet here, though, it'll be a huge boon on his part. So he's got 2, and he can reroll that with Predator. Nothing, and if he wanted, he could have Palpatine that. I don't know.
And 2 of 8. Yeah,
What did he use? What did he use? Did he already use Palpatine this turn?
I did not catch that.
So
Okay,
this is Echo's range 3 shot at Rack. So this is definitely going to be some damage. He's got 1 defense die. And he's going to use his evade token that he got from Ysanne.
Crit and 2 hits.
Yeah, so yeah, it hurts. Just that's all there is to it.
It was 2 crits there.
So he's getting pretty near. He's getting pretty near to no hull left now.
Mm-hmm.
But he's set himself up nicely, like I was saying, to go left or right here. So he's got some potential to juke out Shereef here if he gets a little fortunate. So this is Colzet shooting. He's got accuracy corrector anyways, so it's another 2 damage. And that's too bad because Colzet might actually kill Rear Admiral Chiraneau here. Because he's got 11, yep, that's it. So it's Soontir versus the world, and Soontir without his stealth device at that. So it's, I mean, on top of being outnumbered, being against another Soontir, Ben Soontir has initiative, which is actually not great when you're playing Soontir versus Soontir. So he's got a really uphill battle.
Yeah, because
at this point, Colzet's moving into position. He's obviously just going to take out a target lock and really abuse that crit on Soontir. I don't know what it was, but it's face up still, which leads me to believe it might be a bad one. But yeah, like I continue to see myself just get completely astounded by how well Colzet can have an impact on a game. For 23 points, it's quite a bundle. Ben Soontir's kind of juking out with a one hard here. He's not going to get actions, but I guess he was hoping that would make a big difference, and it did for juking out Soontir and Colzet. But now we got Echo shooting with focus at Soontir, and Ben's gonna be fortunate if he doesn't take damage here. So yeah, Soontir trying to come around, just get back into the fight in case Echo doesn't finish it. Echo has a good chance of actually ending the game right here. And if he can do it without Colzet dying, Shereef actually scores a 5-200 victory.
I'll pretend I know what that means.
So it's 5 victory points, which is what you get for winning, like for wiping someone. And then the margin of victory is anywhere between 0 and 200. So 200 is actually the highest you can get, and that's if you don't lose anything.
Oh, okay.
So that's definitely what you want to see when you're playing in a tournament.
Well, that was a nice roll for Shereef.
Jeez. So we know that Soontir's, what is it, range 3?
Yeah, range 2.
Range 3. So in addition to the extra die, he's got the Autothrusters, so that's good. But he's taken 2 damage. I think that's it. Yeah. Well, really well played on Shereef. He scored a 5-200 victory. Perfect game.
Good. Well, thanks a lot, guys, for watching the game, and thank you, John, for coming in.
And thank you to the Games Nook for providing the venue for this tournament.
Just a heads up, I know the screen's off now, but just a heads up, we are running a tournament soon coming up in March 19th, and it's another tournament, the C3PO Store Championship.
Yeah, that's the Store Championship for the Games Nook.
So there'll be under 32 people most likely. So if you want to show up to get a C3PO, there's not a better reason why. But other than that, have some games. Let us know, John. We'll put the link in the description below. But anyways, thank you for watching, guys, and have a good day. Keep on wargaming.